Welcome to Still Standing. I'm glad you're here. When I was going through some of the darkest years of my life, I searched for answers. I searched things like, why do I feel so anxious all the time? Why do I feel like everything is my fault? Why do I feel exhausted even when I sleep? Why do I feel like I'm losing myself? What I didn't know then was this. I was living in emotional, psychological, and coercive control. I didn't know I was dealing with a narcissistic abuse. I just knew something felt deeply wrong. If you found this because you're asking similar questions, stay, because this episode may help you understand what you're experiencing. My name is Kate, and this is Still Standing, a safe place for women healing from emotional abuse, narcissistic abuse, coercive control, and trauma. This space is for women who are still in it, women who just left, and women who left years ago but still carry the impact. If that's you, you're in the right place. Here are some signs of emotional abuse that many women miss. You feel tired in a way sleep doesn't fix. You replay conversations over and over, trying to figure out what you did wrong. You apologize constantly just to keep the peace. You walk in a room and immediately scan his mood so you know what version of him you're dealing with. You rehearse what you're going to say before speaking because you're trying not to trigger conflict. You hear things like, "You're too sensitive. You're overreacting. That's never happened. You always do this." Eventually, you stop trusting your own thoughts, memory, and emotions. You feel confused, anxious, exhausted, like you're walking on eggshells. And maybe the hardest part is this. There are no bruises, no obvious evidence, nothing you can easily point to and say, that's abuse. That's why emotional abuse is so difficult to recognize. It's invisible. And because it's invisible, many strong, intelligent women spend years blaming themselves. Please hear this. You are not crazy. You are not too sensitive. You are not weak, and you are not alone. What you're experiencing is real, and it affects more than your emotions. It affects your body too. Many survivors struggle with things like poor sleep, constant fatigue, brain fog, weight gain, anxiety, and feel stuck in survival mode. There's a reason. When you live in chronic stress, your nervous system stays on high alert. Your body begins functioning in survival mode. Its job becomes simple: protect you. That means elevated stress hormones like cortisol, poor sleep, more cravings, more inflammation, more exhaustion. Your body isn't failing you, it's trying to keep you safe. That changes how we approach healing. Healing isn't about pushing harder. It's not about more shame, more discipline, or more self-criticism. Healing starts with safety. It starts with helping your nervous system learn that the threat has passed, and that takes time. Here at Still Standing, we're going to talk about all of it. We'll talk about emotional abuse, narcissistic abuse, coercive control, trauma bonds, the connection between trauma and physical health, healing after leaving and rebuilding your life. We'll also talk about faith, identity, boundaries, and learning how to trust yourself again. And eventually, I'll share my full story. But today, I want to leave you with this. If something in this episode made you stop and think, if this sounds familiar, please listen to that feeling. That inner voice matters. You deserve clarity, you deserve safety, and you deserve healing. Most of all, you deserve to know this. Your story is not over. You are still here, you are still fighting, and no matter how exhausted you feel, you are still standing.